Assalamu alaikum, dear friends and fellows. How are you? I welcome you here on my training channel. My name is Abdul Khalik. Dear friend, look, all of us want to be liked by others. All of us want to be trusted by others. Why? Because it makes our life easy, better. All of us want to have an easy and a better life. So, dear friends and fellows, now the question is that is it possible for us, for me, and for you to be able to gain the trust of other people, to be able to like, to be able to get closer to somebody? Yes, indeed, it is possible, and it is quite possible. How would it be possible? Is there any way or technique to do that? Indeed, there is a way to do that. Rather, there are certain things. These certain things are 10 in number. Each one of these are very important, very useful, very beneficial for us. If we want to be respected by others, if we want to be trusted by others, even if at all we want somebody to get closer to us. So these 10 things will be of tremendous implication, tremendous benefit and use. Let's look upon all of these 10 things. First of all, it is be competent. Where to be competent? We cannot be competent in everything else. Rather, we need to be competent at least in one thing. That one thing is called, our own profession, or what is my own preference number one. So I need to be competent in that. How to be competent? I should be knowledgeable enough. And if at all somebody asks me a question, I should be, if at all there is a problem, I should be able to present the solid solution, a good solution to that particular problem, and we should be able to clear the confusion which has been created and which was there. So that is how I become competent. The first thing is to be competent at least in one thing which you are presenting to the other people. I need to be competent in all that. So this is the number one thing. If at all any of your home's pipe is leaking and you call the plumber should be able to correct to fix it in a short span of time without much of the difficulty. So that is called the competency. So whatever we are doing, I and you are not a plumber, but definitely we are trying to do something. Whatever we are trying to do, we need to become competent in that particular area. So this is the number one thing, that is be competent. Now the number two thing is find common ground. The people I want to get closer to, the people I want those people to like me, the people I want to gain the trust of. I think I need to find common ground. Whatever is common, religiously, politically, territorially, taste wise, our hobbies, our passions, our areas of knowledge and expertise, whatever is common between two of us, and I think we need to find it, and we need to present it. We need to present it so that the other people should start thinking that we are not far away from each other, rather we are somewhat familiar to each other. So the number two thing is, that is find common ground. The number three thing is open up to them. Opening up to them, what is this, by the way? When you open up to somebody, when you open up to someone about a personal or a sensitive detail of your life, you take a risk. It may be a small risk. You are willing to be vulnerable, and trust them, so they trust you in return. So I think we need to tell them certain things about our personal life, although we become vulnerable, but it will let them assure that we people are trustworthy and we should be trusted because we are trusting them. It actually means that we are trusting them in advance. So once we are trusting them in advance, they too, people too, will like to trust us. So that is the third thing. Now the fourth is respect their boundaries. We need to understand, we need to know what are their boundaries here, what are their boundaries there, what are their boundaries as for this aspect of their their life is concerned, what are their boundaries as far that particular aspect of their life is concerned. I think we should never try to cross the boundaries at all, because it will be the worst thing if which we can possibly do with we ourselves with those people. It will be a total, totally nonsense that we people don't respect the boundaries of other people. Now the fifth is be transparent. Being transparent, in addition to opening up, gaining somebody's trust, involve being transparent about your own mistakes and about your own interest. So, being transparent, not to hide what your mistakes are, at least, don't hide much of your mistakes, and don't hide your interests at all, because this would actually mean, if at all we are not transparent, it would actually mean that we want to do certain things in a secret manner without letting them know it, without bringing it into their knowledge. So that is a bad thing totally. So I think we need to be transparent. We need to be transparent. Now the sixth is acknowledge what you don't know. Obviously I don't know everything else. There are plenty of things which I don't understand, so I think I need to acknowledge it, because if I don't acknowledge it, it actually means that we are not fair with them, we are not candid with them. If at all I'm not fair and candid with somebody, how come will he or she be able to become candid with me? There will remain a wall separating the two of us. I think if at all we want to remove that particular wall, so we do have to become candid with each other. So we need to acknowledge what you don't know. Now the seventh is reserve judgment. Not to be judgmental about them at all. Not to be judgmental about them at all. Not to be judgmental about them at all. Nobody want to be judged. Nobody want to be judged. Nobody want to be, criticized. So I think we shouldn't be criticizing them at all. We have absolutely no right to criticize anybody, particularly this person, the person we want to get closer to, the person we want to gain the trust of. Don't criticize them, don't be judgmental toward them. Now the eighth thing out of the 10 which will bring us closer to somebody, that is stable non-verbal cues. Non-verbal cues, it actually means the body language. Stable non-verbal cues. I cannot disclose the whole of the body language or even the most of body language tricks here, but let me tell you, we should not be close armed, crossed armed person. We need to sit and stand properly. We need to walk properly. We need to walk straight. We need to sit straight. We need to stand straight, and we need to bring smile off and on our face. We need to look up into the eyes of another person occasionally. So there are plenty of other things. So these are the stable, non-verbal cues. Now the ninth out of the 10th is, keep secrets told to you in your confidence. Keep secrets told to you in confidence. If at all they disclose something to you, so you must keep it a secret. If you fail to keep it a secret, you will not be able to become a close person to them at all. You will not be able to win their trust at all. So I think it is very important indeed that we keep their secret. Either they disclose us, or somebody tells us, or we observe it on our own, if at all we have found it out by our own, or if at all somebody tells us, if at all these people themselves tells us, I think we must keep their secret, never disclose these things to anybody. Now the 10th and the last is internalize this key question, would I trust me? The 10th and the last is, we need to ask ourselves, do I trust myself? If I do trust myself, I believe that the others too will try to trust me, will like to trust me up to an extent. But if at all I don't trust myself, how come will someone be able to trust me? So these are the 10 ways to gain the trust of somebody, to get closer to somebody. That's all from me at the moment. Thank you very much.